Okay, folks, I don't know exactly how this goes, but it's an interesting piece I picked up from an op shop. It's not something I like. It's not got anything to do with me as a. It's a silly thing. It's a silly party thing. I don't like parties much, folks. I don't like the drinking. I don't like people in the debauchery that often goes on. Parties can be nice, but they're not something I particularly like, especially when they're noisy and you got drunk people and all that sort of shit, or even worse, drugs. I don't like drugs or alcohol, folks. Okay, let's see what this party-related item is. It is memory eraser, flip, match and drink. It's some kind of card game to do with drinking, a drinking game. So I don't agree with this shit. I don't like alcohol abuse. I'm just not that kind of person who likes the idea of getting smashed. So never liked alcoholism, folks. It's okay to drink, folks. Just don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to abstain from drinking. You don't have to be what's known in the old-fashioned world as a teetotaler. You don't have to be a fucking teetotaler to. You can drink. Drinking is okay, folks, in moderation. Like anything else, it's in moderation. You got to drink. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I'm going to try another one. But yeah, playing games and getting drunk and passing out, that doesn't sound like fun to me. I mean, parties can be fun. I don't totally hate parties, but basically I do see you got to not get drunk or get drugged. I know it sounds boring to a lot of people. I know a lot of people believe they can't party unless they're fucking half off their fucking dial, off their face. But basically, yeah, it's nice to be able to remember next day what you did at the party, because often people drink so much they forget. It becomes like forgetful juice, and it fucks up your head and it fucks up your liver and all that sort of stuff. You don't want to. That's the unhealthiness of getting drunk. And also it makes you do stupid things, like there's an activity that a lot of drunk people do at the office party. Now I'm thinking, which one is I'm going to use this and maybe cut that off? Maybe cut that off and maybe enlarge along there. But basically, a lot of people at Christmas parties in the office like to do something extremely dangerous and destructive. And they don't think and they don't know how to do it safely, and they just end up fucking things up and causing themselves a lot of grief, as well as being an expensive repair bill. But basically, people, when they get drunk at an office party, they often like to sit on the office photocopier. They sit on it, folks, drop their DAX and sit on it. And these equipments are not designed to take that much weight. The glass is typically rated at 2 kilograms, and that's way too extreme to have some person who weighs 60 kilos sitting on it. So basically it's a real dumb idea, but people, when they're drunk, they don't think straight, And you just have to fucking, you got to just keep your wits about you when you're in the office. You don't want to have sex with the boss, or whoever it is, especially if you get them pregnant or catch a disease. It's the problem with getting drunk, is that you don't think straight. You do some pretty dumb, regretful things, and it's not going to be any good. You might lose your job, and if you sit on the office photocopy, you might have to pay for a new photocopier. These machines probably would collapse under the weight of a person. It's not just the glass that can break. The actual whole equipment, the whole machine could just collapse underneath. It's really not worth considering. Now, I think I've done this too far. It's not worth doing it, folks, to get drunk. It's okay to enjoy alcohol in moderation, just have a bit of not a tipsy, just a bit of a drink. Just have a bit of a drink, just have a sip, just enjoy the aroma and enjoy the taste. Because, it's nice to just enjoy the taste and the aroma without getting smashed, folks. It really is. It's really nice to enjoy the aroma and the taste without getting off your fucking face. I actually think maybe I can cut that across and enlarge on the vertical. That looks good like that, but I do think I'd like to, folks. But yeah, it's good to enjoy a drink with friends, with mates, with colleagues, but just don't do the stupid things that alcohol can make happen if you don't keep your wits about you. You got to be careful also not to have your drink spiked. That's another story once again, you could say. So there's a lot of perils at parties. I don't go to parties, folks, at this stage in my life. I'm trying to get in touch. This looks good. I'm trying to get in touch with a lost partner, folks. His name is Luigi, and I really love him, and this is sliding off the top. Sorry, folks. But basically, I really miss him, and I'm trying to get in touch, and I need to get in touch with the TV networks, trying to get them interested in playing my stuff on the 6 o'clock news, and I'm trying to find Luigi. So the thing is, if I get a load of coverage over the news, that's it. I won't be able to go to any parties because it'd be too dangerous for me, because I'll be well known all over. Well, assuming I can get this stuff to interest the news channels, if I can get them interested in my work. I want to be recognised as a photocopier artist as well, and I want to focus on what I can do, not what the disabilities I have, because I'm disabled and I can't. Hang on, I've done the wrong thing. I just got to pull that one up. I think I forgot to switch on the mirror image. But yeah, I'm trying to get recognised as an artist and make money doing this art, instead of relying on government handouts like Centrelink and taxpayers' money, which is where it comes from. But basically, I want to be recognised for what I can do and not what the disability. And this is fucked up. I forgot to set the original size. This is a shit. Equipment like this needs a change. Every time you put it on mirror, you can't always predict how you have to use this. I'm very smart with photocopiers, folks. I have mostly got memory problems, not from drinking, folks, but from having a cord around my neck and coming out breech in my birth. So yeah, don't take your memories for granted, folks. If you've got a functioning memory, be grateful, because it can be a real drag when you can't remember things, like when you go to TAFE and you want to learn a trade and you fucking can't remember what the fuck the teacher was telling you, or what the theory was, I wanted to be a photocopier technician, folks. And I did TAFE, and I just found it incredibly difficult trying to learn things. So don't take it for granted. Don't abuse your brain with getting drunk, because you might end up disabled. You don't want to be disabled, folks. You don't want to be fucking disabled. You know, you don't want to lose your memory. You don't want to end up with some, oh, fuck me dead. Alcohol can do some terrible things to a human body when it's abused. So don't do it, folks. Having an accident as well, you know, from this, and having a problem and not being able to be able-bodied anymore, having to rely on Centrelink like me. Anyway, that's come up looking quite a treat. I think we now call this demo quits.